It's now time for you to meet the board members. Welcome, and thank you for joining us on Meet the Board Members, where we seek to get up close and personal with the persons who sit on the Jamaica Society for the Blind's Board of Directors. Now, today's guest is...
My name is Daemion McLean. My colleagues have found it appropriate that I chair the Board of Directors of the Jamaica Society for the Blind. That would have been from my days at the School for the Blind, the Salvation Army School for the Blind, where I would have heard about the Old Students Association and the Jamaica Society for the Blind. So persons would have come there from time to time. That's the older students, the past students of the Salvation Army School for the Blind, and they would share with us about the Jamaica Society for the Blind and the Old Students Association. They would tell us how these are entities that will provide assistance for us after we've left school. I'm from Montego Bay, as most people would know. I came to Kingston at the tender age of 6 years old, did not like it. It was a tumultuous time as far as I was concerned. Cried a lot. Went to the Salvation Army School for the Blind. Adjusted quickly, I think. Became a relatively dominant force, even at 7, 8 years old. I then went on to Calabar High School, and yes, the Calabar thing runs very thick as it relates to the Jamaica Society for the Blind and persons volunteering here. And then we had lovely years at Calabar. Then we went on to the UWI and then to the Ministry of Labour and Social Security, where we work currently. And I like to spend my time with blind people. I like to spend my time helping people in general, but people with disabilities, blind persons, I tend to be a bit biased in that regards, I guess because of my own lived experiences. Work for me started as early as probably 16 years old, doing the NYS work program, working at the Jamaica Councils for Persons with Disabilities, working at the integrated side-by-side camp at the Sir John Golding Rehab Center. And then I did social work. Some practicum experiences also contributed to my work experience, having been placed at different entities. I've been placed at the Social Welfare Training Center, where I did a bit of tutoring with students doing courses over there. I was also placed at the Jamaica National Children's Home. I did a practicum there and completed counseling with children at the home. I also did a stint at the University of the West Indies, working at the Office for Special Student Services, where I garnered much experience also. And I must say thanks to Mr. O'Sullivan for that experience, because that's where I learned a lot. That's where I learned in terms of interacting with all types of different persons with and without disabilities. And it contributed significantly to my capabilities today. Then I left from there, and I have to big up Senator Morris, because and all these people that you say I pick out and single out, they have really impacted. They believed in me. That's the first thing. They believed in me in terms of my ability to work, my ability to operate in a workspace. People like Mrs. Adams at the Social Welfare Training Center, people like Mrs. Tomlinson at the Jamaica National Children's Home. And I single out these people because it is always an uphill battle in terms of being in a workplace, being in a workspace, being blind or having a disability. The onus is always on you. It's almost like you're always convincing people that you can work, because people don't easily believe in you. People don't get up and think that you can work. They think that they have to be doing something for you. So I mention these persons because they believed in me. They may have heard comments from the naysayers and that kind of stuff, but they believe in me. Currently, I'm at the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. I am entering my 16th year there, and I don't think that me being there is a matter of mere coincidence, because they must have seen something in me. They must appreciate my work ethics, my work level, that I am still there after 15 years. And it also speaks to their belief in me. My superiors, Mrs. Bolt Williams, she took the first plunge in terms of working with me. I remember when I went to the ministry and I started working, my immediate boss, he was sent to work somewhere else. That's Mr. Trevor Smith. He was sent to work somewhere else. I used to work closely in his office when I just went there. He left, and then Mrs. Bolt Williams, not so sure how she would work with me or what she should do in terms of working with me, but I was assigned to work with her, and I sensed her doubts, but over time her confidence grew immensely, and we formed a very formidable working relationship. And people like Mrs. Bolt Williams, people like Mrs. Marks Willis, the people who continue to believe and who continue to value the work that I'm able to do. And I'm elaborate about this because I know the challenges that exist out there. People's attitude to people with disabilities and their ability to work. People shut down the potential even before they see people with disabilities at work. So I have to big up these people. I have to big up the Ministry of Labour and Social Security. That's pretty much my work sojourn. My areas of expertise in terms of improving the Jamaica Society for the Blind. I try my best. I'm very passionate about the Jamaica Society for the Blind. I try to use my expertise, and people might, I guess the listeners might wonder where my expertise lie. I myself wonder that too, but being a professional, a lot of my expertise is in entrepreneurship. It's also in brokering. I think I'm a good broker. I think I'm a good negotiator. I think I'm good at managing stuff, organizing stuff, pulling off programs, that kind of stuff. So those expertise I lend to the organization, or not lend, but I give to the organization in a bid to position the organization where it can have a greater reach. This serves as a vehicle for me in terms of reach to people who personally I cannot reach to. So I'm happy that the organization accommodates my expertise. I mean, I don't think these skills that I have, I don't think they are unique to me. Other people have them, but the people around me, the organization, have seen it fit that at this point in time, what I bring to the table can afford the organization some level of success. And I'm grateful that they have bought into the vision, they've bought into the expertise, and they are using it to their advantage. In terms of additional expertise, I've outlined what I do, but In terms of additional ones now, I think it comes through my ability to link up the additional expertise that is required. So areas where I'm not competent or where I cannot deliver, but I know it can be of benefit to the organization, I will use up my networking skills, I will use up whatever linkages to try and bring those expertise to the organization. So I think in terms of additional, while it may not come directly from me, the capacity, the ability to go out and find it is what I pride myself on, and I'm happy that I can do that, bringing these expertise to the organization so the organization can benefit immensely from such an offering. I'll be the first one to put my hand up and tell you that I'm not satisfied with the services that we're offering. I know that we have resource constraints. I know that we have challenges. I want a greater reach for the Jamaica Society for the Blind. This is why I work so hard. This is why I encourage others around me to work so hard. This is why we drive the organization the way we do, because we want to have greater reach. We want to provide more services. We want to provide more programs for blind and visually impaired persons across Jamaica. In fact, it would be even more beautiful if at some point we can see ourselves branching out into the Caribbean, because the needs are great, not just locally but regionally. And if we can have a Caribbean reach at some point in the life of the Jamaica Society for the Blind, that would be great. Some additional programs and services that I would like to see, it would be beautiful if we can start to serve more blind and visually impaired persons in the rural parts. It would be beautiful if we can start to run more programs geared towards employment. It would be nice if we can run more programs geared towards entrepreneurship. It would be nice if we can run more programs towards elderly persons who are blind or visually impaired. These are some of the things that we would love to see being built out in terms of the Society for the Blind, impacting the population of persons who are blind or visually impaired. Some of these things are ambitious considering the resource constraints. We are making the steps. I mean, comparatively, if you look on the organization across the years, each generation has been able to stamp its contribution on the JSB and on the population of persons who are blind or visually impaired. I think we are doing a very good job of this generation stamping its contribution. Also, I am hungry for more. I'm hungry to see us do more. I stated earlier that I am not satisfied because it's simply because I want more. It's not having to do with people not doing any work or nothing like that. We have a great staff, we have a great board, we have a great relationship with the society in general. So the stars are lining up, the dots are connecting. I just want more. I just want to know that we can empower, we can touch, we can impact. That's what I want. That's what I work towards. That's what I dream about. That's what my board shares. That's what they feel. That's what they want. That's what the staff want also. So me not being satisfied is not from the perspective of us not putting in the work. It's just from the perspective that we want more, and we would want to see things probably moving at a faster pace in terms of the reach, in terms of the impact that we really want to have on the population that we serve. Improving the service to our clientele. We need several things to be happening on several fronts. One of the main ones is to partner more. We need far more partnerships. And we at the board level, we recognize this. We are working towards these partnerships coming on stream, coming on board. Some of them we've been successful at. Others we are trying to build out. So partnerships will be significant in terms of improving that. We also need to improve on our volunteer pool, building out the volunteer pool, using up the resources better. Our staff complement is great, it's wonderful, but in terms of a spread affecting rural Jamaica a bit more, we're gonna need to improve on that. We're gonna need to build that out. In terms of our membership base and members, we need to offer members more. So understanding the plight, understanding the challenges. Yes, we do, but these things are not constant. These things change daily. So keeping a pulse on it will also help us to better plan, better organize for the population that we serve. So employment, education, training, that's where the JSB is going. That's the front that the JSB wants to operate on, so that in future, over time, we can move. Well, the welfare side of it will always exist, but we can move to a point where we see far more persons are empowered through our offerings if we improve on these areas. Those are some of the areas that immediately we just need to address them and get them up and running better, so that we can have a greater reach in terms of programs and services. One other area I think is of significance too is that of research. So as soon as we are able to organize, develop a research arm to the Jamaica Society for the Blind, we can better inform ourselves as to how to plan for and how to build out something that will improve the lives of blind and visually impaired persons in Jamaica. We need a fully blown research arm. Again, that might come through partnership, which will do research and inform the policies and programs and services of the Jamaica Society for the Blind. To relax is hard. Let me start there. It's one of the hardest things to try and relax, because my mind is always working, always going, what next, what's the next idea, what can we do better, what can we do different. My mind is always in that mode. So I have to force myself to a point of relaxation, which is a challenge, but I try to get there. So I'll play games. I like Dice World. I like Farkle. So I'll play that a lot. I'll play that for hours at night and can't go to my bed. I will listen to a good podcast. I subscribe to several podcasts which I listen to. I like Three's Company, for those who know that comedy. So I'll watch those series over and over again. I play dominoes a lot. I love dominoes. So I'll play that. A good politics lime or an intellectual conversation works for me too. I like that kind of stuff. Those things will relax me. A very good, a very enriching intellectual conversation. I love that. I also like spending time with my children. I will listen to their stories at school, day in, day out. I will have arguments with them. We talk all kind of stuff about school, and I like to challenge them. They like to challenge me. So I get very good relaxation out of that. So yeah, that's the range of things that I do to relax, pretty much. And I like a good book too. A good novel works for me too. What do I do in my spare time? I don't have spare time. I have to make those things, because my mind, my brain is always trying to figure out something, always trying to solve something. So I don't know that I have spare time. When I force myself to have some time, I just idle. I do nothing. I talk foolishness. I'll do some of the things that relax me too. I'll play a good game of domino, or I'll have a very good conversation. So I don't really have spare time. When I'm not at work, when I'm not trying to organize something, read the Jamaica Society for the Blind, I'm working on my own business, because I do that too. I run my company called Inspired Training Solutions, where we provide business coaching for budding entrepreneurs. I hope people don't think it's a shameless plug, because it's not, but that's what I do in my spare time when I'm not focusing on JSB or when I'm not focusing on work or family. So that should explain to you that I really don't have spare time. My favorite meal vary, it depends how I feel and what is favorite at the time, but for the most part, jerk chicken will get me. I like that. I really like jerk chicken. I like something curry too. I'm challenging myself though to move away from these things. These things, they're not being produced the way how it was done when I was younger, and those things sort of let me draw back somewhat. So anything curry, jerk chicken, I don't mind food either. I love a chocolate cake too. I'll enjoy anything chocolate really. I used to like ice cream. I'm kind of moving away from that now. I still like it, but I'm forcing myself to stop having these things. I like tuna sandwiches too. I like tuna. Yes, so I like those things. So that's my favorite. I don't remember if you said food or meal. In terms of drink, anything homemade. I like homemade juices. Yes, so I'll have that. I like water, and I'll drink Guinness. I'll drink wine also. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Alright, so to the staff, I want to personally say thanks for your hard work and your ingenuity, your efforts. Staffing has been a challenge over some years going back, but thankfully we're at a point now where it is relatively stable, and we are grateful for that. So we want to encourage the staff to keep up the good work. We want to encourage the staff to not only give to JSB, but give to yourself. So even while you are here, however JSB can help you to develop, feel free to let us know and see how we can play a part in that role, because I genuinely believe that you not only contribute to an organization, but the organization in one way or another should be able to contribute to you. To the membership, I want to start right where I left off with the staff. Position yourself where you can contribute to the organization, because the organization wants to contribute to you. The organization is contributing to you. I would love to see members being more active with us, sharing more. What can we do to keep you involved? Talk to us. Membership should talk to us more. I believe that it is one of the more open organizations where members can come in and share. So share with management so that management can serve. And it's not just membership now, but clientele, friends of the JSB, whomever it is, share with us. The partnership avenues are always there. Earlier on we spoke to that, but come in and share. We are trying to improve programs and services for you, but we can't do it without you. You have to help us to make that happen. And one way to do that is by sharing. So we encourage that. Let me take the opportunity to wish for everybody, staff, membership, clientele, friends of the JSB, all parties involved, a very wonderful and prosperous and God-blessing New Year, one that is filled with success, happiness, joy, and even if it comes with a touch of sorrow, we have the capacity to deal with that kind of stuff. So a happy new year to all. The work continues. It is hard work, and I expect everybody, all hands on deck, to make it happen. So I look forward to continued support, continued work from everybody, board members, staff, membership, clientele, friends, of the JSB, so on and so forth. We really want to make this year better than last year, and despite of what abounds in terms of COVID and other challenges that we don't see yet, we have to know that we have the capacity to move beyond whatever challenges may come our way. So a happy new year to all. Blessings, blessed love, peace, and we look forward to hard work. The work continues.
Thank you for listening, and join us next time on Meet the Board Members.